Today we are doing solving radical equations. So we're going to talk about how to solve them, and then we're going to talk about how we could use our calculator and graphing to make life a little easier. So let's jump right in. Remember when we solve equations, we always want to do PEMDAS backwards. So we want to see, is there something being added or subtracted that is on the outside, meaning like not grouped together. So this is grouped together, but we do have a plus 3 on the outside, so we will subtract 3 from both sides. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay, working our way back up. Is there anything being multiplied or divided? No, but then we get to exponent. And it doesn't look like an exponent right off, but the inverse of a square root is x squared, which is an exponent. So therefore, to get rid of that square root, we are going to square something. So we talked about last class how the square root of x times the square root of x is just x. That's because when we square something, it cancels. Now, if I do something to one side of the equation, I must also do it to the other. So I get x minus 2 equals 4. Add 2. So x equals 6. The second one works pretty much the same. What undoes a cube root though is cubed, so I would cube each side. That's the only difference here. So 2 cubed is 8. I add 1 and get 9. Okay, so for our next example, notice we skip example 2. So example 3 is identifying an extraneous solution. However, we're going to talk more about what is an extraneous solution in class because I want you to see how it's done. However, I am going to show a calculator way to get the actual answer for x. So recall last semester, if I split it at the equal sign, I have an expression on the left and an expression on the right. What I'm going to do is in Desmos, I'm going to put the first expression in the first line and the second expression in the next line. And what I want to know is, where do they cross? So they cross at 8, 8. So even though it crosses at 8, 8, I only care about the x value. So x equals 8. Okay. What if I did the second one so quickly? I'll type that one in. So x plus 2 is the left expression. Square root of x plus 2 is the second one. So notice here that it actually, if I zoom in on that, they cross twice. So I have 2 x values, -1 and -2. Okay. So I'm only going to do one of these problems. Actually, no, I will show both, but I'm going to do them quickly. It's the exact same idea, so don't be scared of the fact that this one is rational instead of a square root. I can still do the same thing. So x squared minus 3x minus 6, except that did not type anything that I wanted it to. And we're going to raise that, so I'm going to hit this little A to the B button there. Then I'm going to do 3 divided by 2. and then minus 14. The other side of the expression is just -6. Notice if I just type -6, nothing happens. So if it's just a number, I need to make sure to put y equals. Okay. All right, and then I want to know, where do they cross? So where does that black line cross the red line? At -2 and at 5. Those are my answers. Okay. For the next one, same idea. So it was x plus 8 squared on the left, and it was x minus 10 raised to the 5/2 for the second one. I had to zoom out, way out. So look at that. Zoomed way, way out, and I got a decimal. I must be wrong. False. My answer is an approximately, we've done this before, approximately 27.31. Okay, I'm actually going to skip these examples, but it would work the same way. You would put y equals here, left expression, right expression, figure out where they cross. Okay, these would all have different steps if we solved them all by hand, but as long as you can solve the simple problems by hand, aka example 1, and you can solve the rest by using your using a graph, so Desmos or a graphing calculator, I am happy with that.